Hey, welcome to the Bob and Tam show tonight. Today, depending on where you're at, if you're watching that Dallas and Green Bay game, a lot of you might be watching that. But we wanted to kind of come on here a little bit this afternoon because we haven't really had a lot of videos coming out. So we're doing just a few lives. We're actually still here in Las Vegas. You can't believe how they're going crazy here for the Super Bowl. Every place you walk in the door, advertising. You just seen that thumbnail I put on here. That's just at the grocery store. We're over here at a brand new Smith's just opened, which is an Albertsons, Kroger's.
Smith is like a Kroger's, yeah. Albert, no, Ralph's if you're in California, Dillon's if you're
There's Wind Road Therapy. She's on down there in Florida.
Yep.
And
I'm sure that's hers, or Wind Road and Wind Road Therapy. I don't know if
know.
there's two different ones or not.
There's
There's
Chad. Hello, super
Yes.
sticker.
Super sticker.
And so we're just stopping in for a little while here. We're in between games. The one last night, the grandson lost. They've played kids that were a year older than them.
And in a different tier. So they're in tier 3. The other team was in tier 4.
But since they've won so many games this year, they've only lost one, and they ranked them higher. So they lost that one, and then 4-1 they lost, and today they won 3-1 against team, and they're predicted to win the next game, which is in a couple hours. It's at 5 o'clock Pacific time, because that's what Las Vegas is in. And then if they win, they'll be out playing again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., which we're not going to be there because it'll be about 28 degrees in the morning. Not interested in sitting in.
This afternoon's game wasn't bad. Yesterday's game was a little chilly, and
4
tonight's
o'clock.
game is going to be cold.
Yeah, so we're going to see how long we can
Hey,
hack
there's
it out
John Lyons. How you doing? You know who John Lyons is?
with
Wilkinson. Up
We
in
need
Vermont.
to talk to you. I got a bunch of questions I want to ask, and
It's me, Wind
Well-
Road here on Facebook.
we want to get you listed as one of our preferred dealers that we recommend. And so I want to do a video soon about that and just talk about all the dealers that we highly recommend. And I want to put you on that list. So there's a few things I want to talk to you about. So maybe I'll call you next week. Talk about that. So that is Wind Road Therapy. So that's good. And she's been really busy. She's been doing a lot on the.
Wind Road Therapy has a YouTube channel. Lone Cowboy Adventures has a YouTube channel. He's in
That's right.
Kansas City. Did you go to the game last night?
Yeah, the wind chill was minus 28.
Oh,
I think that's the only reason the Chiefs won, because it was like, the Dolphins are like, what the heck is this kind of weather? I wanted to see the Steelers game yesterday. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see them play in a blizzard. That would have been the ultimate game. Yeah, it would not.
From the real cold northern Canada. Real cold northern Canada.
Somebody wrote this morning and told me in Canada it was negative 47, which I don't know where in Canada that's at.
Heck yeah. Heck no. Heck no. You don't have a
YouTube channel?
I don't know. I think aren't you the one? There's my cousin.
Yeah, somebody clicked on your profile the other day and Neil said, "Oh, she's kind of cute." He wrote the other day.
YouTube?
No,
I
she
took a
clicked on.
picture of her.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah, I showed a picture of her.
Oh, okay. Because Neil watched it after the fact.
Yeah.
Alaskan Neil.
Yeah.
He's too old, way too old. She's married
Well, she's
anyway.
married.
Oh,
she's
just commenting.
I know. She is cute. She's a cutie. Looking for a 2022 CVO Envious Green.
And I'm looking around for that, so we'll see what we can find out.
Yo mama. That's who's looking for one.
No, Mama.
I didn't go to the game. I don't blame you. There's Neil. Sorry, I'll watch later. The Packers are playing 14-0 over Dallas, and it's the second big state. I know. Well, I hate to burst all your bubbles, but I have a grandson rooting for the Cowboys, so
Cowboys should win based on their
performances.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see. Game's still early.
Steelers is Monday. Go Steelers.
Yeah.
There's CC. How are you doing? He's up there in Canada too. Good thing I checked. I didn't know you were going to go on tonight. Man, it's really cold in Ontario. Yeah, one of those chilly days. Stay home and eat chili, drink hot chocolate, and watch TV. There's Michael Adams. How you doing? We need to talk to you before Myrtle Beach to see what you want to do, because he's the one that sponsored us for.
okay.
And I'm pretty sure I got all of his information. So I'll be calling you soon to see what you want to do.
There's Karen in the house.
Yeah, she says, go Green Bay Packers. No purple hearts for Green Bay, huh? Just green and gold. Mike, hello from the snowstorm. Missed it again. There you go. But it's cold in Minnesota.
And right now we're supposed to be, let me look and see what the temperature here in
Heat wave.
Vegas is.
It's 28. They're in Alaska, Neil says.
It is
Got to go back to the game. Oh, we're
58.
watching it right here.
We can keep you up to date on the game.
Yeah. And
Let you know what's going on. We can see it in the background here. So anything happens, I'll let you know.
No
oh, holy
Bucky's
smokes. Dallas just scored 2 touchdowns in a row. But we can see it on little TV here. And,
Dave from Milwaukee, that's what he wrote me this morning and said, go Cheeseheads. Fine now. There, Karen put her purple hearts in. So we'll see what happens.
So just if you didn't get to watch the video yesterday, we were at the Harley dealer, Red Rock Harley. We're going to be there on the 24th after Harley Davidson does their preview of the new models. They're getting a lot of them in, but they're not sure if they're going to all show up in time. So we're going to let you know what day we'll go live. We're going to call them on the 23rd, let them know we'll already be here in Vegas because we're going to be at the world famous largest motorcycle auction in the world is Mecum in Las Vegas. They got over 2,000 bikes they're going to be auctioning off. So we're going to be there the whole time. We'll be doing some lives from there if we got good internet. Inside those casinos, sometimes it's a little tough to get internet, but we're going to see what we can do. We did a live last time. We were up there in that restaurant up there that they had and did a live. So we should be able to do that.
Mama Tried.
But
Let's know if we're going to go to Mama Tried in February. Where's that at?
probably not. If it ain't in Vegas, we ain't going. So in February, or sometime in February, we're going to be heading to Daytona. We have a couple stops on the way once we get out of Texas, because Texas is always was our scary part. We did 2 years ago, we did that ice storm. Not going to do that again.
Get through to Beaumont. We have a place to stay for a day or two.
Yeah. And then once we get into Florida, across the border there, we got a couple places there we can stay. And then we'll roll into Daytona. But we'll let you know a little bit more after Mecum. I got to get all the taxes all kind of together here before we head out. To see if I need any forms that might be mailed while we're gone.
I don't know who Mike Bullard is.
What's he got to say?
No, it's Karen wrote. She said, did you see Mike Bullard? It's
Michael Ballard.
Oh, Ballard. Okay. Was here in Florida. Oh,
Teddy's Harley.
Oh, was he? That's cool.
Well, so he's been looking for places to open another brewery.
We'd heard he was down there a couple of years ago, and somebody told us, so it's all hearsay.
That he bought it behind Hooters.
Yeah.
But there's a house back there. We went back there. There's a house back there. You can't, it's residential.
I mean, it could be.
Should have went right next door. There was a restaurant that went out of business.
Got wings.
But I mean, we don't really, Michael Ballard's a great guy. He talks to us when we're there. He's very friendly to us.
Doesn't give us any insight.
But he will not go on YouTube with anybody really other than himself, because it's all about money. He's always trying to get that TV channel and all that stuff.
You're going to see him? Not going to DeLand? There's Bill Turner. Good afternoon. Warmed up to 31 today. He's up in,
get on that bike and ride.
He's in Washington.
You see?
Huh?
You got the basketball game on here. Whoever they are, they must have won.
The guys in the Celtics, white. The green and white. Is that the Celtics? Good afternoon, Greg says. There's Emory HVAC. What are you going to ask Ron something?
I don't think so.
I thought you had a question for him.
I don't think so. Not this time.
I don't know. It's in Michigan. It's 7 degrees.
Holy smokes. We're going to be hitting
22 below. I guess it's the winter.
Can you wonder why we live where we live? Because next week we're supposed to get into almost the low 70s next week in Arizona. And where we're at in Arizona. Phoenix, no. They're having snowstorm, ice storm next few days, wind, cold and stuff. But where we're at, it's not bad. Vegas is a little cooler here. It's like I say, it's 58 right now. I think is what they said. Yeah, it's 58 here. If I look and see what home is.
Look up on his handy dandy little computer here is. It's Michael Ballard. Is that who she said? I don't know who it is now. Who does that say now? Does it say Ballard?
Ballard. I don't know who that is. So at home it's 66. So see, it's warm. Let me type that in and see who that is. I don't know if she meant Mike Ballard.
Yeah. Not been a good day today for me. I didn't even think I was going to make the game tonight.
I don't know. I don't come up with anybody with that name.
Maybe she did mean Ballard, and it's just the spell checks messing her up.
Yes, I spelled it wrong. So if you're saying Michael Ballard, then yes, we're talking about the same person. Owns the Full Throttle. And yeah, he's always looking for places to open a new bar and all that kind of stuff. He's got that one that's up in Colorado.
He opens
breweries.
Not breweries,
Yeah, it is.
distilleries.
Same thing.
Because he doesn't have beer. He
No,
does.
but if you go over to the bar there, and the one that's in Colorado, he's got the wine. He's selling all of his moonshine in the store, and then outside's a regular bar. Kind of like.
Way too cold for me. Neil says he had wind gusts up to 86 miles an hour for 50 to 60 below zero for a week. That was getting even cold for me. Now it's 28 and beautiful. T-shirt today.
That's why we don't live in Alaska.
Michael Ballard.
Yeah. So yeah, he travels all over the place. I haven't seen him on. Normally he does a lot of Facebook stuff. They've been trying to do some videos on a Patreon channel too. They want you to pay for it. I don't see him advertising anymore. I don't know if he's still doing it or not. But
well, even Adam Amsoil found out that he has to pay for.
Well, it's just when you want to do stuff like that, like our Patreon channel. If you put anything that's risque, YouTube flags it, and they wouldn't let him put it on the Patreon channel. So you have to pay another company to be able to upload videos, and they, you can't put any hardcore stuff or nothing like that on there. But they're a little more lenient. And then you link that one.
You have like wet teas or something like
well, you show some boobs and stuff like that. Never had any real trouble with that, but I guess nobody complains, so it doesn't really happen. I know some people said that they've Harley Frank had trouble with Patreon taking videos down, so I don't know.
Harley went forever.
Yeah, I don't know how, why. I've never had any issues.
I'm buying some coffee schnapps from Full Throttle Saloon. Really awesome on ice cream. There you go.
We
If you
usually,
like
I
coffee.
like the apple shine. It's kind of what I like.
Apple moonshine.
Yeah.
Kind of tastes like apple pie. It's apple pie moonshine, I guess.
And,
That's what
but we have a couple bottles at home. We got them signed by
I
him and
did
Jesse.
find one.
One
It's signed by Michael. Remember, I told you I thought I had 2 bottles. It's up in the cabinet. I must have picked it up because I didn't want all the crap on the counter. Now there's a bunch of crap on the counter again.
cereal boxes. We got our army of cereal boxes.
And how many Bud Light cups and Budweiser cups and
I took all those out to the bar.
no, you did not. No, you did not.
She's mistaken.
Kendra's on. No, I am not mistaken. And now you
Got a
got
haircut.
Yes, he did just now.
Showing the
Kendra's
grade.
on. He was on earlier. She's
And
over in Australia.
so not a whole lot going on in the game. Still 14-0. We told you I'd keep you up to date here. And looks like the Cowboys might have the ball. Oh, they could be threatening there for a touchdown.
There you go.
Looks like they're at the 5 or 10 yard line.
15.
Is that what it said?
No, but it's
Can't see that part. Might be the 5. Did they make it? Oh no.
they're going
Got
the wrong
sacked.
way.
Oh.
I retire in 4 years. I'll be in Arizona in the winter. Can't wait. There you go.
Yeah, somebody asked me the other day where we lived at, is they were thinking about where they wanted to travel during the winter. And like I said, we're a little different where we're at. We're right across from Laughlin, Nevada. Typically, almost everybody goes down to Quartzsite, down to Yuma. That's a big area people stay
It
at.
still gets colder.
Typically, sometimes it's a little warmer down there, but lately we've been warmer. So you
It's hit and miss.
yeah, you're still not going to really get
right.
hard freezes, things like that. It did get into the 30s. We got a few days that at night. What happens out here is same thing in Vegas here. Yeah, it might have got to be 25 degrees last night for like an hour, and then the temperature just keeps going up all day long. By the time you get out at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, it's already in the high 40s. So it's not that cold that long. It's not like, when we watched our daughters the other day, it was the opposite. It was like 1 degree and just kept going down and down and down.
All day.
And then it takes off the next day. It stays cold all day. It never really warms up.
Well, see, it really, if there's cloud cover, because if the sun don't come out, it don't warm up. It's just cold. Greg said he'll be in Daytona getting the same handlebars on his bike that you have on your bike from the same Jone.
Did you already call Joey and set an appointment up? Make sure he's got your bars in stock. And see if you call ahead, which we'll do a video soon on this. Once we get back and kind of get things straightened out, get going back to making videos again, we'll start telling you guys things you should do, because if that's what I do now. Once I've learned how to do this, is whatever I decide I want on my bike, like let's say I want to get new handlebars or I want to change something on my bike, and we're gonna, like Joey, I'm thinking about maybe trying the Orland shocks out. Got to give him a call and see. That way I can kind of compare the Orlands versus the Legends and tell you what I think are better performance wise. And we'll have to see. But I would call him ahead of time and say, hey, this is what we want to do. You know, what's a good day for you to do it? Da 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 da. And then that way you got it all set up. Plus you got it on the
he's got an
truck.
appointment.
So Rick Rack's like that. Speeds is like that. Because if you call and say, hey, you know, I want to have a cam job done. When you call them, you tell them what you want. Not necessarily what you want, what you expect. Do I want top end? Do I want to be fast off the line? What do you want? Because when I can't, it's like I tell that to everybody. You can't decide. Nobody can tell you. I can't tell you what cam to put in your bike. I can't tell you what seat to put on your bike. I can't tell you what exhaust. Can't tell you what handlebars to put on your bike. Now we can recommend things to you and tell you what we like about what we have or things like that to where it's good. But I mean, there's some people out here say, oh, you got to buy this, you got to buy that, you got to buy that. Well, it depends a lot on what are you looking for. All right, like for us, I'm not looking for speed anymore. You know, the 110 engine I got on my bike runs great when it's running right. It's done great on our travels. We've never, you know, I'm not looking to do 0 to 100 in 20 seconds. You know, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking more to, I don't mind. I didn't want to lose a lot of bad. I didn't want to get bad gas mileage. I'm more interested in a good ride. I'm interested in comfort. But see, sometimes you can watch, like you can have a real comfy seat, but yet when you ride a long distance, that comfy seat could be too comfortable for you to where you can have issues. So a lot of it all depends what you prefer. And we can always give people recommendations. We always tell you, like, if you were going to put a cam in your bike or do work, you could call Speeds, either one of the two brothers. Their phone number's on their website, or we can give that number if you need it. And you can ask them, say, hey, you know, I got an M8, I've got a 103, a 107, whatever I've got. What here, you know, tell me the difference in the two cams. We actually did a video on that. You can go back and see. We had them talk about the difference in cams because a lot of times that's what happens. Somebody puts a cam in your bike and it doesn't do anything until you get over 3,500 RPM. And the guy's driving around all the time and he's complaining, I got no power. I got off the line. It's dead. It's dead. The guy, and so what Speed says, where do you ride it at? In the city.
In town.
You got the wrong cam. And he said, you wouldn't believe how many jobs they've got to go back in that they didn't do. Somebody else sold to somebody a cam and gave them the wrong cam.
Well, because they didn't ask questions first. They just said, I want a cam, and so they threw a cam on.
So it's like when we talked the other day about Rider X. He said that. He's got his bike to where it's quick from the start, which is kind of like my setup. I'm quicker off the line than I am at a long distance. So and that's what I'm interested in. I'm not looking to run.
A noisy background. Sounds like we're around a bunch of riffraff. I don't know. That's, well, believe it or not, we're at the Smiths. And it's a bar in the grocery store, and they got the games on, so it's kind of like a bar / area.
I'll pull it up and see what it sounds like.
Anyway, but Chad wants to know what our plans are for Rocky Point Rally this year coming up.
We're thinking about it. We just have to see how everything all works out and see if it's all going to work. Because at this moment we're not looking to go to Galveston. Because normally that's what we did that year was we went to Galveston. We actually went to the fall rallies, came back, hit Galveston, and went directly to Rocky Point Rally. I definitely wanted to do it last year, really bad. But we were at our daughter's. So if we go this year, we probably won't be at our daughter's for Thanksgiving, which they should come out. So I'm still looking for our video here.
Can't hit live? Right.
I don't know why it doesn't show up for me.
No.
Let me go in here. Just put.
He's trying to hear the sound. Oh, I already got my thing out. I'm not going to get out of my thing. I haven't finished watching it yet.
Yep, there it is. Turn it down so it doesn't echo real bad here.
Well, you wanted to hear it, didn't you?
I wanted to hear it.
So does it sound real noisy and very loud and like we got a bunch of riffraff behind us? So listen.
It doesn't sound too bad. No. It's a little noisy when we get quiet. You always put the microphone a little bit closer to us. And I've got the dead cat up here. Boy, you can't see it. As low as it goes, it's chunky. So, not very many people. I'm 32. Do appreciate all you coming on. Don't forget to give us that thumbs up for watching the videos. And put comments down. Always help us. And starting next week, I'll try to start getting some videos out. I got a lot of content I want to talk about. And I don't want to say what the content is because I want somebody else taking my videos. Because I know a lot of YouTubers watch us And some of them watch us in the background and don't really
Not a bad deal.
let you know.
Bought a Road Glide Ultra with 6,000 miles a couple weeks ago for 16,000. Doesn't say what year it is though. I talked to a buddy into purchasing a Road Glide Ultra with 6,000 miles a couple weeks ago for 16,000.
Okay, you said some sound good. But they are cheering over here on different things. I guess the Packers scored again. So not a very good game for the
20
to nothing. Cowboys ain't doing too good. You gotta get their butts in gear.
Poor Blakey is going to be upset. 2018. There you go.
What's up, man?
Yep.
Low miles.
Cinder, again, to give us a heart. Are you thinking about coming to Sturgis in 2024? I don't remember. I know Rowan is.
So we are. He's going 2025. Rowan.
Well, 2025. That's what
So that's what we're looking at. So anybody that knows, we are staying in Kathmandu. We will be in Sturgis at least by June 23rd, and probably a week or two before that. That's my hope. I'm thinking about staying in Rapid City. This year, we're going to do totally different from what we've ever done before. A lot about like what we did when we first started. We're going to show you some great places. We're going to do it all the rides. We're going to go do Devil's Tower. We're going to go do all these different places. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you a timeline. How long does it take to get here? What can you see along the way that you do it? Just like Devil's Tower. We always talk about all this stuff that you can do on the way, but we're going to show you this. To where like somebody.
that video we did a couple years ago when we took the group out. We stopped at all those places.
So I want to do it a little different. I want to be more informational. So we're going to kind of plan it out before we do it and kind of shoot the shots that we want to give you the best opportunity where before you get to Sturgis, because like I say, this is already going to start first or second week of June and start giving you great information. We already got a couple lives set up at some of the new businesses and stuff that are in Sturgis and around the area. Already got that set up that you're going to be getting to hear from some of the people. And we won't tell you who they are yet. And once again, trying to get the heads up of everybody else. And that's the other reason why I'm trying to get to Sturgis this early this year. This will be the earliest we've ever been there. We have gotten there around the 28th, I think was the earliest last year. Was it last year? 2 years ago, we went on June 28th. We were there right before for the 4th of July. And then
we were there before that because Charlie got bit July 23rd.
Oh, but July 23rd. I'm saying June 20. We got there before the 4th of July. 1 year. And so this year will be way before that. So this year we're going to do a lot more of the riding, showing you places to go. We'll talk about different things. And just try to give you a lot of great information. So when you're thinking about coming to Sturgis, like that's what I was going to say, was I had somebody the other day on our Sturgis page that said, hey, I'm only going to be there 5 days. And here's the things I want to see. And how can I do this all in my 5 days? And I told them, typically like what we did last year, we did Custer State Park. We went through, did Needles Highway, Iron Mountain, then swung back around, and we actually got, I think, Custer that same day, or Hill City or someone, and we hit two at the same time. And
we never went to the park. We never got to see the Buffalo last year.
I was the year
we
before
went to Custer, the city. But we didn't go.
But you can do all that in 1 day.
Yeah.
But it's hustling.
Dave just wanted to know if we bought a bike at Meekum. That's in 2 weeks.
I'll have to let you know.
Yeah.
It didn't start yet. So we've been talking about going to Meekum and stuff like that. That doesn't start till I think it's the 23rd.
23rd to the 27th.
Yeah. So starting then, we'll let you know what we're going to do. She wants me to bid on a bike. It's $200 to sign up. We're going to have to look at the money, and then also got to look at what we're going to pay for something. And
wants to know if we're giving away your camper for a couple nights stay during Sturgis.
We'll be in our camper. So we're not staying at anybody's house, or we're taking the trailer and staying the whole time. So no. Now we may have something maybe next year. Like I say, we're staying in Kathmandu. Maybe we'll work something with them about a giveaway, and maybe all the money that maybe something similar to what Bags and Brews are doing. They're doing that for $20 ticket. You get a chance to stay for Sturgis for the week. And you got to watch how you do that. I haven't contacted them and let them know that. It's very dangerous as a YouTuber, anybody that owns a business, anything like that, to take money and solely give it all away for charity. And you'll be thinking, why is that? Well, the problem of it is the IRS sees money coming in. And you'll say, well, I'm writing a check to Salvation Army, the Veterans Club, or whoever you do.
Then off your taxes.
But what they want is they want you to pay taxes on the money first. Then take it, because you're not going to claim that taxes till the next year. Because they're not going to, they're probably, what's bad now is they're taking money now. Well, they started this year. So they're not filing their taxes until next March. Meanwhile, the IRS says, no, we want our money now. You pay taxes on that money now. So it can be very, very dangerous. Monkey got involved with that. I don't know if he got burned or not, but I've had some other YouTubers that I know that have gotten into this dangerously. I think that's one of the
See,
reasons.
there's a couple times we were going to do things, but we didn't want anything to do with the money. We wanted another organization.
Like the Vets Club, or we were actually talking to Law Tigers, and we said, you know, what we wanted to do was we were going to have a ride, veterans ride, and we wanted them to be able to go in and on their website where you could donate the money to them. That way, we got nothing to do with the money. One, I don't want to ever be accused of taking money from the veterans for anything. You know, we're looking at maybe a 501c. I haven't got into all that yet. If that gets out, that'd be really great, because that'll be totally separate from Bob and Tams. It'll be called something else. And what's great about it is there's no expenses at the moment that we're even thinking about will ever come out of that. There were 100% of all money donated would go towards the bike builds and stuff and go all the way to the vets. We've got the building. It's already built. It's already paid for. Electric and stuff is stuff I'm going to use anyway. So I'm not looking at when people say, well, what are you getting out of it? Well, we're getting the content out of it. We'd be making money off of showing the YouTube videos about working on the bikes, getting the parts, buying the bikes, getting the bikes, whatever stuff, talk about donations, all that kind of stuff. So that's something else we're looking at. We're not going to be able to start our bike builds till we get back from Sturgis. So, but we're going to be talking all the way along here. We're going to be talking to Red Rock here next week about their setup, what they want to do with us. We've already got a lot of stuff set up with parts that we can get to fix up the bikes. And we just got to get the bikes now. That's our next step. We've had a couple people that have reached out to us. We had somebody last year, our veteran organization, that said they would get us all the bikes we need. Never called us back. Somebody in Florida. And so that's fine. And maybe he talked sooner than, I think he talked bigger than he could.
I
think a shoe problem or what?
Yes, my socks are all down, scrunched in my boots. So I'm fixing them.
You're hiding underneath
I'm fixing my socks. So Dad says, don't pet the buffalo. And Mike said he's going to Sturgis this year. Neil said if anybody is going to Wisconsin this year, he's originally from there and he'll show you around. And then, we said that one. Okay. So I'm all cut up.
I'll cut it. You will turn around, you can see the bar over here.
That's a grocery store.
Yeah, we're in a grocery store, a Smith's grocery store. Well, we stopped at one of these Smiths before that was really cool. They had a really nice.
Down in Kissimmee.
Yeah, and it had a real great. It had this balcony we could sit on, and we did a live. I don't know if we did a live from there, but I don't know what we did. We did something. We might have did a live from there. I thought, this is really cool. And our Smith's got a little area over by this, but I mean, it's an old dumpy store, and this place is like brand new. Looks like got all kinds of stuff. They had an olive bar out there. I mean, they got a full bar over here, and
they got games playing.
Yeah, well, it's like a regular bar. It's got TVs with bars and stuff in it. But I mean, you come in here and buy your drinks. You can go over to Starbucks, get drinks, come over here and sit. They got food out here at the, typical restaurant food. They got
deli and pizza and stuff like that.
Chicken, all kinds of stuff. Like there's over here eating probably important, having some dinner and stuff over here at lunch, I guess it is. So we had a big breakfast. We ate at your favorite place. And we got there right between breakfast and lunch. Had a little bit of both. I did. She had more breakfast. And she had ice cream though. Ice cream for breakfast.
11:30 by the time I had the ice cream.
That's her excuse.
Oh, I got my little fudge things.
Yeah.
A lot of them have little fudge that they make homemade, and it tastes just like my mom used to make. But some of them don't have it.
She grabbed a whole purse full on the way out. You're not supposed to do that.
Well, they don't. A lot of places don't have it. I'm like, I don't get it very often.
Breakfast is cheaper. So there was these two people standing there. It looked like they were homeless people. They had face masks on, had hoodies on, and they were just kind of standing there. I'm thinking, what the hell are these people doing? Just standing here. They already paid. They already paid. Oh, they had nothing there. And then they stood there for probably about an hour. Well, once they started bringing out the regular food, they were getting a plate to go. So you get a little box, and you can jam as much crap in than you can for X amount of dollars. So they were waiting for the good food to come out to eat, which is smart. Got it cheaper. So there it is. There's
they intercepted it.
Yep. That ain't
touchdown. Good. They got another touchdown.
Damn. Cowboys ain't looking good.
No.
And they're even playing in Dallas.
Are they really?
I think so. There's Dallas on the field. The field goal, 27-0. But I mean, it's still, we're not at halftime yet. Once you get down to the fourth quarter and there's only 3 minutes left and they ain't scored nothing yet, then I'll go ahead and say Green Bay already won. So pretty exciting. A lot of things going on here in Las Vegas.
Should get that bartender whenever they get up.
Oh, she was flipping somebody else on the phone. I did that to one girl. Where was I at that one time and that girl did that?
That was at something Globe.
Where she was flipping somebody else on it.
Every time they get
she's shaking her
touchdown,
butt. I think she's talking to somebody on the phone.
She does like she's in a wheelchair or something. I don't know what she's doing. And she goes around in a circle. It's her little touchdown dance.
Welcome to Las Vegas. You see it all here.
Yeah.
It's like California.
50 seconds left in the first half. Oh, it's almost halftime?
Yeah, we've been playing for a while. Anything in football, it's like she says. That's why she's not a big football fan. She hates it where it could be 3 minutes left and it could last an hour, and there could be a lot of things happen in that hour. So
they
a
throw
football
a flag, or they tell a timeout, or they do this.
They come back in.
Oh my gosh! It said there was 2 minutes left 20 minutes ago.
So I don't know.
Drives me nuts.
If the Cowboys have any issues going on, if they got players out. We're not big football fans. We don't really follow any of that. My dad was a big sports nut. He watched it all weekend long, and I don't know if that's why I'm not that way. I'm more wanting to get out and do stuff. I'd never sit down just to watch a game. We've watched some Super Bowls. We probably started watching Super Bowls before we ever really watched a game anytime.
And we never really watched a Super Bowl game. We had a Super Bowl party.
Well, we watched commercials. Used to be good. Last few years, commercials suck. You probably won't watch it this year again either. It might be halfway.
Probably because Budweiser always used to have good commercials with either a dog or the horses and all that stuff, and they haven't been good very last few years. The good one last year was that farmer's dog, where the little girl grows up with the dog. Hey, Tim Biker's on. Touch Alive, howdy, he says.
She's getting all emotional about Charlie. Raised him from pulled him out of the mama, put him down. The only dog we ever had that way. If she ever gets another dog, that's what she wants. I'm like, how are you going to do that again? We don't have a female dog. So she thinks she's going to find somebody locally, and you're not going to find that. Not worried.
I don't know. Might have to go live 8 weeks somewhere. I want to meet the mama. I want to meet the dad, because we did have a dog, Bailey, and she was definitely her father's daughter. He was a nut. That dog was just high strung, wild, crazy, and she was exactly the same way. We were going to keep her and breed her, but she didn't have good hips, so we never did breed her. I'll be in Wisconsin around the end of June until July, and then ride to Sturgis, and then home to Alaska. More moose hunt. Hopefully this year you'll get a moose. He hasn't got a moose the last couple of years, has he?
I've been chewing on them old bones. Get the meat off of them. So, you just want to come on today, talk to you guys a little bit.
Puppy today.
Yeah, I know.
It was a multi-poo. I mean, the thing was no bigger than this, I swear. No, it was not. No, it was tiny. I was afraid I was going to break it, and it wasn't moving. And she said, it's sleeping. It's sleeping. I'm like, oh, no. I almost wondered if it was a stuffed animal, because it didn't.
At the end, it got up.
Oh, no. It was tiny, tiny. I said, I'd hate to have a dog like that. I'd be afraid to death I was going to break it. I mean, I just petted it. I was afraid to touch it. I just had to barely touch it.
We'll never have a small dog to start with, like a purse dog or nothing. That's what I'm afraid of. I want a real dog. If you want to slap him around a little bit, he can take it. A little dog, you step on it, he's like a rat. And he squeal like a little pig, and he's gone. Run over with the car or something. Big dogs are more fun. We've always had labs.
No.
When I was a kid, we had a Chihuahua, but he was a reindeer Chihuahua. He was part terrier.
We did. His mom.
Yeah. Well, it was actually my sister's dog. She went to Korea with her husband on a service. Couldn't even look at the dog.
You point your finger at him.
Couldn't sit next to him.
He was a mean dog. I didn't want nothing to do with that dog. Bozo was his name. Hi, Bob and Tam. Have you heard of Moonshine Harley in Nashville? They advertise high performance shop with a lot of good reviews. on Google
Hmm.
where Speeds has shops at. They've got one in Sturgis.
Yeah, that's the only one
And
that
then
they
the
have.
one that's on the road.
Yeah. So they only have their shop in Rapid City, between
You can find
Sturgis
her.
and Rapid City, and that's where the main shop's at. That's where, see, when it's actually was Dad's shop first, and then now the sons run it, and it may end after that because the one
Yeah,
son
because
doesn't want to.
Jamie's got 2 daughters and Jason's got 1 son and he's going to engineering school.
Yeah,
He
so,
really doesn't. I mean, he works on motorcycles, he rides motorcycles, but he doesn't want to take over the family business.
so I don't know how long it'll be. So when we first started doing business 20 some odd years ago with Speeds, we dealt with the dad and with Jason. And then when we started doing the rallies, we seen Jamie. And I was always thinking that wasn't seemed like the same guy. Well, then when we figured it out, it was like, oh, okay, it was your dad. It was the first person I dealt with. And the brother the brother, Jason, is the one that runs the dealership, runs the shop at home.
In Sturgis.
Yeah.
Well, Rapid City.
Yeah, it's actually it's right across from the barbecue place
Yeah.
where we like to eat at. It's actually, is that Piedmont or something?
Watching here in Milwaukee and silent about rooting for Dallas. Fans up here love their Packers. The only thing they got when it's 6 degrees below outside. So are they playing in Milwaukee?
No, they're playing. You can tell because
He said they're up there playing in there.
no, I think they're
These
playing.
fans up here love their Packers. The only thing they got when it's 6 below 0 outside. Oh, that's what he's saying. That's the only thing they got when it's that cold outside.
Because you can tell because Green Bay's first. So whoever the second team is, that's the way it is. The baseball association, that's where they're playing it. So they're playing it in Dallas. Playing in the dome, probably.
Yeah. Did they get it?
I don't know.
Because they're trying hard to get a touchdown before halftime.
At least it's nice to get something. You definitely don't want to go scoreless today.
Did he catch it?
No, they almost got intercepted. So that is where it's going. So we just wanted the Cowboys to win because our grandson, middle grandson, that's his
grandson
favorite.
number 2. The one that got the little red truck.
Yeah, that's his favorite is Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And he's usually pretty good about picking games. I don't know. I didn't ask him if he thought what he really thought. He could say who the winner's going to be. I almost want to start putting money down. He's probably 9 out of 10 times he always picks who's going to win.
Well, because the other day when we were there, he said, I don't know, whatever team was going to win. And I said, oh, Blake, you might be down on this one. And he says, oh, I don't know, game's not over yet. And the other team came back and won. And he was right. I don't remember what teams they were, but it's like, but I mean, he's really good about that. He knows all the numbers and the statistics and who's out and who's going to play. And so he's pretty good. He knows a lot about it. I think he's more into watching football than playing it because he's been playing it since he's been 7. But unfortunately, they don't really let him play a whole lot.
Packers missed the pickup. Yep, I seen that. 2 and 10, 12 seconds on the 1 yard line. So, like I say, we're not big football players, watchers. We'd like to be back here, which we won't. We won't be here during the Super Bowl. But I'd kind of like to be in Vegas during that time. It'd just be neat to see that this is really
where an actual Super game was. That Super Bowl game was,
and to be able to
surprise everyone. Son-in-law isn't going to come out here.
And but tickets are really expensive. We talking about James?
No, Chad.
Yeah, I think Chad looked and they were like $10,000 tickets. It's just crazy right now. They don't know who's going to play the Super Bowl, and the tickets are already outrageous. But I mean, here what you find, just like we've been here when they've had the Raider games going on, and all the bars are full of people and stuff, and it's just a really good atmosphere of because there's so many places that all on the Strip. They've got all the bars and stuff, and people are in there sitting, drinking, having a good time, and
kind of like it used to be in St. Louis.
Yeah. So here it's just there's so much of that. Still didn't make it in.
Hey.
I know. Was it 4th and?
Everybody's watching. Everybody's got their eyes glued on the TV, but yeah. So they're going to have all of the teams here because they've got the Knights, which is their hockey team. Of course, they got the Raiders now. The A's are coming, and they're going to get a basketball team too. I think they're going to get their own basketball team. So yeah, they'll have all of the major. They have soccer out here.
I don't know.
It was so close. Man, I bet you he
Well, they're
wasn't.
still there. They just got one more time. They got to do the push. And the guy dives over the top. I don't know if they have a good guy that does diving. So we'll see.
No,
There's Neil. Is that Neil?
no, this is XM Biker. Whoops. My bro lives in. Nickname is Greek.
Ah, still dropped it.
Are you kidding me? Was that their last try?
I don't know.
When he was in high school and college and went out, would outdo Jimmy the Greek. Wow. Greek. How about that?
That was horrible.
Brother-in-law's nickname was Greek. When he was in high school and college, he would do Jimmy the Greek. Is that the one where they jump over the top of everybody? First down, yard line, 6 seconds.
Yep, that's what I've got down.
Ay, ay, ay.
In 6 seconds, you can do a lot of plays in 6 seconds. They should have just did the push and been done with it.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that. They're so darn close. They always do that. They run backwards. It drives me nuts. Did you get it? Yes, they got it. Sorry. For all you Green Bay
Here,
Packers.
she's going to do a little dance.
No, now she's bummed.
She must be a Green Bay fan.
Yeah.
So,
Touchdown. Yep. Neil says touchdown.
so at least they get a score before. That's a good start.
Yeah.
And game's young, and a lot of things can happen.
Touchdown Cowboys. Yep.
So at least they go out with
A bang.
well, not a
Well,
bang.
not a bang,
They,
but
they got the score, so they, just
they
gotta
won't
come,
be totally
just
defeated
gotta-
when they go into the locker room. Touchdown Cowboys. What Karen says, if they get the field goal. 27-7.
We got 20 points to catch up. That's not bad. They can
Yeah.
get that.
Come on, Cowboys. Jimmy the Greek was also odds maker. Odds, what does that say? Odds maker. An odds maker, I guess. Because I don't know, I guess is Jimmy the Greek the one that ran over everybody? I have to look it up. I don't know. We're not sports people.
We probably know a little more about older
was
baseball
Jimmy
than we
the
do.
Ask me about the 1980s Cardinals baseball team.
Think you remember all that?
Some of it. Jimmy the Greek was an American sports commentator in Las Vegas and a bookmaker, a regular contributor to the CBS program. So that's who he was.
So Lone Cowboy says the best part is the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. And Karen, I'm going to have a great day. Talk to you soon.
All righty.
See you later,
Bye-bye,
Karen.
Karen.
Yeah, next week we're gonna hang around a little while because we still got things to talk to you guys about, and got a lot of things to get going. We're here till Monday, so that's tomorrow. So we'll head home tomorrow sometime, depending on the kids and if they want to do anything with us. So far, they really haven't done anything. We thought we were gonna have lunch with them, and I'm assuming my son-in-law Tad decided he just isn't gonna leave, and so we're not gonna sit over there in the park the whole time. So we had already ate earlier. Around 11:30, we were still eating our lunch and breakfast together.
Shauna, that's Shauna.
So we're not real super hungry to start with. Probably get something before we go back over there just in case. Still got to do. I did the barbecue. Wasn't quite as good a barbecue. She liked the barbecue salad she had at Virgil's yesterday.
It had the tri-tip, the chicken, and the pulled pork all on just a regular little salad.
I took a picture of it, but I don't think I showed the food. And I took a picture of it though, but I didn't show the food. Mine kind of sucked. The barbecue sauce has changed. It was
real cinnamony like. It was like not hot, spicy hot, but like peppery hot, I guess. I don't
real
know.
watery.
Yeah.
And my fries were just nasty. And I should have complained, but I'm not a big complainer. Used to work at a restaurant back when I was like 15, 16 years old, and I learned not to complain because you don't know what they do back in the kitchen. And I actually worked at a Catholic organization restaurant, and you want that steak done? There, whoops, it fell on the floor. Whoops, we'll kick it around a little bit. We'll throw it back on the grill. Take it back out, and the guy eats the whole thing. I had nothing to do with it. I was just a busboy. And I was like, man, I ain't never sending nothing back. A lot of times I'll complain at the end, and they'll take something off the bill. I should have complained yesterday because it wasn't cheap. Both of us to eat there was
$61.
Yeah, now it's $10 tip, and it's so $70. The waitress was really good. She came around, and I probably should have complained, and I didn't. And but I mean, I don't know.
I know.
I ate there before. We've ate there a couple times, and it's been really, really good. And I don't know what What's
Well,
this?
that's what I asked her. I said, "Do you guys have sweet barbecue sauce?" And they were like, "No, just what's on the table." They had mild, hot, and like jalapeno mango. And so I got the mild, and it's like, I don't know, but it was real watery. And I said, tastes a little more vinegary to me than sweet. So I asked for honey, and I put the honey in it because some places will do that for us.
It's too sweet.
And then it was, I don't know, it still didn't taste very good, but I don't
So,
know.
so I wasn't real happy with that.
That's barbecue. Is barbecue made at home?
Nope. Well, if I get around to barbecue, but I don't really have time anymore to do that. I used to barbecue all the time. Now I don't.
We even bought a new barbecue grill.
Yep, ain't even used it yet. It's one that lights the charcoal on its own. Got a little automatic lighter. That way you don't get the lighter taste. That's the best kind of barbecue is if you use charcoal.
Yeah. I know. I didn't really realize that until
One day I went out and put we have a little Weber and I fired it up and I didn't barbecue. I just threw some hamburgers on it. And she came in and goes, "What did you do to these?" I said, "It's the charcoal."
Oh,
But
I was like, they were so good. Those hamburgers. No, we have not gone to Hash House to go. Well, we did. We walked up there because we wanted to see where the one was at the links. But we didn't eat
nobody
there.
in it. We already ate there the other day. We were out here.
Well, with Emery and
Oh.
with Ron.
Oh, you want to know
That's
we
what
went
he,
back?
if we went there and ate.
Not yet. I don't know if we're gonna. That's not on the list. White Castle's on the list yet. We'll probably do Steak and Shake before we leave. The Steak and Shake that's at the South Coast where they have the Meekum auction. The Steak and Shake there is really good. It's one of the better ones that we've ever ate at.
There's a new one right off Tropicana
It's
and
the Hooters.
yeah.
Used to be the Hooters Convention or Hooters Convention Center. Hooters Hotel. Now it's
No,
Yo-Yo.
casino.
Now it's Yo-Yo or something.
OYO.
Yo-Yo.
Own
And-
your own.
And so they got a Steak and Shake there. We seen that today.
It's outside. Like it's not. You don't even have to go in the casino, which is odd because a lot of these you have to go in the casino, and all the restaurants are way in the back. So, how was the food at Kathmandu? They had a food truck there, and it wasn't too bad. We ate there
Well, I
twice.
didn't eat there the last time we were there. We did not eat there. So originally I don't think we ate there at all this last time we were there.
Well, not this year, but
Yeah.
when we stayed there a year ago, we did.
Well, it used to be, you're going to have a different person in there catering it now. So the food, we can't say who it's going to be. Before it was a relative of the guy that owned Kathmandu. The last 2 or 3 years, he's had his relative come in. Before that, it was somebody else, and we had ate there years ago. Nothing fancy. Normally, there's so many. Nothing. I'm not saying nothing bad about Kathmandu food because I don't know who's going to do it. It could change. Typically, there's so many other great places to go and eat at. And if we're at the trailer, she's got hot dogs or hamburgers or something. We can throw them in a microwave and we can get through, at the last minute. So I don't know. Same thing at Kathmandu. I don't think we've ever even had a beer on their property that we drank of their own.
I did with June.
Oh,
We
you did?
had I don't know, they had some frozen concoctions and I don't know what I was feeling my oats, I guess. And I said, let's have one of those. And June's like, I'll go buy us one. So
Okay,
got
so
us
she
one.
drank. And so typically, no.
Okay.
I mean, there's so many great places to go eat at that we like around the area that if we're going to go out and eat something, but yes, it's possible at Kathmandu while we're there, we may eat something. He's totally changing stuff around. Here soon, we're going to get with them and kind of get a little lowdown if they, they should be getting closer now to thinking about. There's some updates they were doing.
Might happen before Sturgis, but
Yeah,
if
we'd
not,
like to
it'll be the
get,
year after.
we'd like to maybe have them send us some pictures and stuff to where we can start talking about this stuff and show you stuff that they're doing. We're supposed to remodel in the bar. Typically, the bar before was outside. It was a little bitty trailer that you said had maybe 5 or 6 bar stools in front of it, and that was it. They had a tin building that had like a pool table in there, and might have had ping pong too. I don't remember. They kind of had a bar in there, but it never really served beer inside. And then they had the place outside where we did our meet and greet a couple years ago out at. So he said he was redoing the bar, so I'm not sure what he means.
I think he said the barn. So I
See,
think
they have that other big building down at the other end where they keep the bus at. So that's where they used to. I think
he wants to put a bar in that barn.
So we'll see. I'm not sure what's going on.
That's the way we took it, but that we might be totally wrong. I don't know. Second weekend, one of the great riding. Kathmandu for supper in the American Legion, and we'll take you, and I'll tell you with you. There you go. Yeah, Neil loves the American Legion. They have great prices. They give you good food. Usually comes with a dessert and everything.
There's a lot of places that's reasonable to eat at, and we'll talk about those as we get closer to. It's like last year they did it. New management came into the Pizza Ranch in Sturgis, and before they only raised it a couple bucks. It wasn't like crazy. And last year they said no raising prices. Even Scotty Tramp what's his name? Scotty Too Hottie.
Scooter
Tramp Scotty eats there every day. If you ever want to check in and check him out, he eats there every day. We usually see him usually 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He's usually there. He eats his one meal a day there. And but I mean, we like their. That's nice because they got really good fried chicken and the pizza. They have ice cream. And do they have ice cream? No, they don't have ice cream.
Yeah, they do. I only got vanilla though.
And so we don't mind eating there.
Whipped cream though.
We always like to eat at Uncle Louie's. We've always had really good food. Most people, I'm only one person said they had bad food, and I think when we ended up talking to them last year, it was a bad situation that they had. So it really wasn't Uncle Louie's fault.
She already had an upset stomach and everything. It was.
Yeah.
They traveled nonstop to Sturgis, and that was the first place they stopped at and ate. And all they ate was junk on the way there. So.
And you know, I don't eat off any of the food trucks in Sturgis. Not at all. We don't eat any of those people out there flipping the food around out there. Well, Johnny's is only accepted the rule. We'll talk about Johnny. He's got really great food, very reasonable. Got iced tea. But all those other people that are out there doing that stuff, I know you ain't.
It's like carnival food.
We're not paying $25 for a beer and a hot dog. You know, you can go and One Eye Jack's is kind of expensive for their food and their beer. They've been expensive. They got a new owner the last couple of years. They've gone up high. You know, it's like I tell people, if you want to go there and you want to spend your money at that price, go for it. There's nothing wrong with it. They have some pretty girls there. It's a little different. They got the club upstairs you can go to. You know, if that's your cup of tea, then go there. You know, it's just like a daughter. They went down and watched a college game down in Texas a couple weeks ago.
Went to the Dallas Cowboys.
And it was $18 beers there. So at least Sturgis isn't $18 for a beer. And, you know, it's a whole thing I always talk about all the time anyway. People always say that there's no reason they should be charging that. It should be, you know, it's all about making money. Mm-hmm. Most of these events.
Free enterprise. Ooh.
And if you're crazy enough to pay that price, it's like one guy was telling me he was at Full Throttle. It was actually on a Facebook post a couple years ago. And he's like, it was crazy. It cost, which I guess was last year, because we did go out there at the end and we seen the price. It was $25 for a hamburger and a soda, or hamburger and fries or something is what it was, or a hot dog. And I'm like, first of all, you were stupid to even pay that. Oh, my buddy, he was diabetic, so we had to get food. Well, if your buddy's diabetic, why didn't you eat before you drove out there? You know, you got to think.
We got someplace cheaper.
You know, yes, we've been someplace and we've gotten even not very good food because we're hungry and this is all they've got. So yes, you got to pay it. Now, in a case like us, if we were out there and paid for $25 hamburger,
we probably would have split it.
We would have got one.
And then we would have left and gone someplace cheaper and ate.
Yeah, if we're starving. And but you know, you can always throw things in your bike, throw bags of chips or bag of cookies or something back there to where, you know, you eat something, go out in the parking lot. You can't bring that stuff inside. You can go out in the parking lot and eat something real quick and go on your way. Hey, peanut butter and jelly or something. You know, if you think you're going to run into that. But I mean, there's so many ways you can get away with not spending crazy money. And it's just like when somebody says, you know, I want to stay in Sturgis, but I want to spend less than $100 a day on a hotel. Well, you're not going to happen. Yeah, you're not staying in Sturgis then. You know, you pay what you get. And
you pay for the convenience, just like anything else in this world.
Yeah. And it's just like Disneyland. If you want to stay in the hotels are at Disneyland's property, you're going to pay the most money versus going outside and staying in some place. So it's like, you know, we've never stayed in a hotel during the rally. A lot of the hotels are really nice. It's very convenient. You know, it'd be nice to be, we can't afford it, but I mean, we'd love to stay on the hotel there, the Sturgis Hotel on Main Street. That'd be great to have a room on there. You could sit on the balcony at night and see all the action and stuff going on. That would be nice, but I can't justify, you know, $700 a night. That's just a little more than we'd want to spend.
$1,000 last year, wasn't it? Somebody said $1,000 a night.
So we have one of our subscribers here. They go there and usually stay every year. And I don't know, are they coming to Kathmandu this year? Is that where they're staying?
I don't know. They weren't sold 100%.
Yeah, they weren't big on trailers.
So, I don't know. They might go back to the hotel. I don't know, Sturgis Hotel Sturgis, whichever the one's on Main Street.
But I mean, there's a lot of people like that you find a place you like to go to, and you're happy about it.
Yeah.
And that's great. And there's a lot of great places to stay. You know, just like this guy that once I talked a while ago about 5 days he's going to be in Sturgis, which isn't bad. But he's way out of Custer, so it's going to take him a while to get in to do everything. You know,
you got to think if you want to do anything at night, you're driving at night, you got to watch out for animals and things like that. If you're drinking, you got to think about all that stuff depending on where you stay. Now, if you're not planning on coming into Sturgis, you don't want to go, if you're just coming out for the rides and to do daytime stuff, then that's
Sure.
fine.
You know, or you're staying in Custer, and there's plenty of bars there. There's a brewery there in Sturgis, or
Yep.
in Custer, that's really cool. And they've also got the oldest bar, supposed to be the oldest bar in South Dakota, is there. And we filmed that a couple years ago. And there's quite a few places there to eat, restaurants and stuff. And they didn't really jack their prices or nothing up. But I mean, I don't know if they have any. They probably have some entertainment at night. I don't know if
Sure they do.
but it just depends on what you want to do when you go to Sturgis. See, when we used to do it, when we used to ride in, even though we stayed at Kathmandu a couple of times, we rode the bus down there once. I'm not even sure if we even rode our motorcycle down Main Street. I know we didn't go in any of the stores there. We didn't buy anything on Main Street. I don't think we ever went in any of the bars. To be honest with you, we just weren't. We were there to ride was what we more wanted to do. And back then is
Full
when
throttle.
Full Throttle was. We started going to Sturgis because of the Full Throttle TV show. It was still going on the last year we were there. They were still filming there. And we were there all the way up to the year it burnt down. We were there. And that's what got me there. We've been to motorcycle rallies on the West Coast. I just assumed Sturgis was going to be more of a 1% club. That's what in my mind, that's what I thought, that she shouldn't go to something like that. We'd gone up to Reno, up to the Porterhouse Run that they have up there, that they have with the Hells Angels put it on. And really, she didn't go. A bunch of guys, we all went. Art went with us. Another guy went with us. And not really a good place that she should have gone. But she did go one time. We did go up there and up to Virginia. Is it not Virginia City? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Virginia City up there.
And that's really cool up there. And there's a lot of great riding up there to do.
Go around Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, first time we did that. We never realized the other side of Lake Tahoe on the California side was actually better riding than on the Nevada side. I was actually shocked. And
but it was fun.
Yeah.
But I think we did get a little sick because of the altitude. Remember, we got real bad headaches or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And so
Saul says he always packs beef jerky and some chips in the back in his compartment.
Doesn't hurt.
That way, if you're starving and it's like you don't want to pay $20 for a hamburger, then
we do that in the car sometimes. When we're traveling, going to Daytona show, we'll go to Sam's and we get some jerky and stuff to take along, and
peanuts and
popcorn and stuff that not, so you don't have to stop every single time, because you do. Even though you paid $5 for this giant bag, it might last me all the way to Daytona. So we don't have to, spend a whole lot. And usually, typically, what we do when we drive, we only eat one meal a day. We'll have, I eat some of those, I don't know what those cookies are called in the morning.
Petevia, something like that.
I usually eat some of those. She has to eat something in the morning before she can take all of her drugs and stuff, so she don't go spacey on me. And so then we usually stop about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we might stop and get something to eat, or stop at some place where they've got sometimes we stop at the truck stops. They got a Wendy's or Burger King or McDonald's or something.
Popeyes.
And so we'll have something like that. And then at night, she'll do whatever we have in the microwave, unless we stay, depending on where we stay. If we stay, we're not big Walmart people, but if we did stay at Walmart, we'll go in there sometimes and get their chicken that they got.
Or if we go to Cracker Barrel, we'll get
we'll go in there. We'll go in there and eat. Or if it's someplace close, we can walk to a Subway or something like that and get something that night. Or she's got stuff in the microwave. What she'll do is she'll cook stuff ahead, hamburgers and hamburger meat that she make tacos and stuff with.
Sloppy Joes.
And hot dogs and stuff like that.
Spaghetti.
So we can pretty much get there, some lunch meat, and that can pretty much get us there without having to spend a whole lot of money. And that's just like the traveling. It's not bad, because it is. If you end up having it, just like last night, it was $61 for us to have barbecue last night. We can't afford that when we're out. We would have not paid that. I thought it was going to be a lot better than what, because we've ate there before and it's been really good, really, really, really good. So I knew it was going to be more expensive. Every meal is $20 there.
And we Ubered it there, so we didn't pay $30 for
Yeah, so we Ubered it and still cost $22 to ride over there. So we did spend money to get there, and we rode the bus, the hotel, the place we're staying at, got a shuttle. But we didn't realize it was actually across the street. It was at the Mirage.
He said it was a mile away. He looked it up. He said it's a mile away, and I'm like, well,
it's a long walk. So I thought we could have took the shuttle and saved all of our money. And
that would have.
If we go over there tonight, we go back over there tonight. This is White Castle right there too. Across from Caesars.
Yeah, but you're down at the Mirage. It's not the same place.
That's where they're going to build the new Hard Rock at. But it's supposed to be sometime this year. They're going to lock it down and start remodeling it and putting the giant guitar out where you can stay. It's going to be like the one they got down in Tampa.
Or down in Miami.
Someplace
Fort
Hard Rock's got one where
Lauderdale.
you can stay in the hotel part
The giant guitar is the hotel.
of the hotel. So you all caught up?
Yep. That Dale just wrote there. That's Saul. See, I knew a guy named Dale Sauls. That's why I keep wanting to call you Dale instead of Saul. And he says that's what he packs: beef jerky and some chips in his bike. We've been on an hour. Ding, 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 ding,
Not
ding.
bad, not bad. What time is it?
3:20.
3:30. Okay, I'm staying on a little bit longer. And so that tells you a little bit about that. And so we're going to start doing our series, getting ready for Daytona, what you need to think about, what you should bring, you know,
Right.
if you're going to ride all that way, depending on where you're coming from. I know some of you guys, I don't have a lot of recommendations. If you're pulling out of your driveway in snow, be very careful.
We'll be praying for you.
Yeah. I've rode my bike in snow long time ago. I didn't have a street bike back then. I had a dirt bike, an off-road bike, and I rode around in the snow and stuff. But I mean, I didn't really go on the street with it. We've rode in hail. We've been in snow. Well, I've rode in snow. She never rode in snow. Me and her coming back one time, went to Yellowstone, hit snow, and I was going to take our pull off the side of the road, but I was afraid the snow might be so deep we get off, we couldn't get back on the road. We didn't stop taking pictures. So. Somebody else wrote.
So, yep, Rick said, good afternoon, have a good day. And Mike says he'll make sandwiches and snacks and we eat one meal at a restaurant. Yeah, that's usually the way to go.
And that's kind of like I do, because if you go someplace and get a decent meal, you know, we go like down to the Knuckle, we'll have a hamburger down there. They're well known for their hamburgers. We usually go over before the rally. You can go over and get steak bites on Sunday at Loud American. They stop the week pre-rally that starts. They already had quit doing it.
Yeah.
They sell the steak tips, but you don't get it. You don't get the
deal.
you get the rally menu that they have, and they all jack their prices up. But I mean, it's not crazy prices.
Because I think you can get it as an appetizer. I think it even comes with fries, but you only get like 6 steak bites. So when we go there, we'll do that. We'll split it. And that's usually enough to tide us over until.
We'll do some of our lives. We'll have the steak bites and eat that before we start our lives down there. And a lot of people complain about that we take up a table the whole time. But they openly invite us there all the time. If we tell them ahead of time we're coming, they'll save our table for us and everything. So it's yes, we're taking money away from that waitress or waiter, but a lot of times they love us being there. They'll come on. We're bringing new people in.
Talking about them. We're at Loud America.
So it's free advertising for them, and for them to give up a table, they're okay with it. Most of the places we go to, just like here, we didn't ask to do this, but 99% of the people, when they see what we're doing, they don't really care. There's already been a manager walk by, kind of looked at us like, wondering what we're doing. And, you know, you're supposed to.
If we think we're going to have any trouble, we'll say, like if we go to a restaurant, then we're going to say, well, we're out of town and we're going to Zoom the kids and let them know where we're at and see how they're doing.
Our kids.
And they're like, oh, okay. And so, you know, I mean, it's not all a lie.
You are like our kids, our family.
Yeah, we're our family. That's what we should say. We're gonna Zoom our family.
And most of them are pretty good about it. And sometimes we tell them it's a YouTube channel. Like when we were down there in Texas, or not Texas, but Florida, and did Chicken Bone Lady, they knew what we were doing. We told them it's a YouTube channel.
They think too much about it. If we go in and ask and say, we're a YouTube channel, we're gonna do a live. Well, are you gonna film any of the patrons, or what's this gonna be for? And how long?
What are you gonna say?
And it's like, oh my gosh.
It's like you're getting free. So most of the time we've gotten to where it's easier to say we're gonna Zoom our kids. It's like, oh yeah, that's fine. And a lot of times we go to Twin Peaks and some of these other bars. We tell them that we're there. Like we had trouble out here one time I was here.
Kids take something. That guy ran out the window and took a picture of the kid.
I don't know.
Trying to get somebody shoplifting.
I don't know if that's what they're doing or not.
Yeah, that's how Neil does it. Spending his one meal on, he spends $140 on food at Sturgis, and $14 at his one meal at the American Legion. And then, I mean, I think it comes with a drink, and you get your meal, you get a salad, you get a dessert for $14. Ain't a bad deal. Sure, we're gonna check out that Legion.
Yeah, it's not bad. The only thing is, it's halfway between Sturgis and Rapid City. So if you're staying in Sturgis, it is a ride to get out there. But I mean, if you're going to go ahead and go out to like Black Hills Harley, or you're going out there on the ride, or you're coming back from that ride, you know, it's great. I think they do a breakfast, they do a lunch, and a dinner. So they've got 3 meals there all day long. And it's going to charity. They also the Vets Club in town.
Yeah.
They do the
That's at the
same
end of
thing.
Main Street.
They have breakfast every morning, and they also have different specials during the day. So all that money goes to the Vets Club. So it's always great to go to some of these places. Also out in Hill City, there's the community center. They do something out there. Also way out there, what's that one place we've stopped at a few times? That the firehouse is there, and they have, but we've never been there when they've been open.
And Nemo.
Is that Nemo out there? Out by Nemo there, they've got stuff
Lots
going on.
of firehouses, lots of churches will have breakfast. And a lot of them are donations. Some of them it's the price, and some of it's just like you give us a donation. The one we used to go to all the time, which was over on the other side of the freeway.
Yeah, they quit doing it a couple years ago.
Yeah, it
But we
was
always
like a
going over there.
Lutheran church.
It was just a donation.
Yep.
And so we give them like $10 for both of us to eat, and they were happy with
$5 a
it.
piece,
Yeah.
and you got whatever you wanted, the bacon, the
Eggs and pancakes and stuff like that, and
hash browns.
Orange juice or
Just
something.
another 6-pick. Green Bay just missed another 6-pick. Pick 6.
So yeah, so there's a lot of great play, and we're going to start showing you all this. Once we get into Sturgis, we'll get a little more involved, but we're going to start talking about rallies and things to do, and we'll do some of this down in Daytona. We won't be there. We're only going to be there about a week early, if all goes well, before Sturgis, because we don't have a place to stay
before the 20th.
Yeah, before the 20th. Now we may get in our campground a little sooner. She keeps calling and checking on it.
And we've done that before. It got in a couple days early because I think the weekend before that, 18th, is when Heavy Ed's doing his thing. That's at the Beaver Bar.
So yeah, we got to be there for that. We need to call it and make sure that's all we'll go. And we could always go stay at Sam's place probably and stay a couple days there if we had to. And so we'll see how it all goes. But right now we don't know for sure exactly what day we're going to leave because a lot depends on weather. And I got all the stuff printed out for taxes. I haven't sat down and started doing the money. We usually try to send it all to our tax lady because what ends up happening is we don't get our taxes done because we're doing them in Sturgis now until August. So she files for an extension. But I want to know before we get there, we need to know if we need to pay any money ahead of time because they get mad at you if you owe money and you didn't send it to them.
So she kind of figures it out, a rough estimate, and then we go ahead and pay it before.
Or we put money in our 401, or we put money in our, probably this year we're going to put a lot of money in our health savings account. That's why they want to spend that money for the drywall because I think we may have put what the money you got may have to put it into that. I just think I think we're gonna owe a lot this year. Took a lot of money out of our pretty much cashed our 401s all in for the shop. I don't know. I'm not gonna argue with you. We have to look at home and see. I can look on there and see exactly what we pulled out. Neil?
Yep, he says if you're in the Piedmont area, stop at the /J Saloon and get beef tips for $14.95. You don't have to chew; they just melt in your mouth.
Where's that at?
The /J Saloon. I think it's right there. It's right in Piedmont. I think it's right there. You can see it.
Yeah, I've seen that there. I mean, there's a lot of great places to eat at. In Nemo, there's actually, what's that place? The Brandy Iron. That's a pretty neat place. We didn't get in there last year. We stopped in there one morning, but they weren't open yet, which was kind of shocking because I always thought they opened for breakfast. And so we'll find out. But I mean, there's a lot of really great places. We talked to the Pasta Corral. This year, she's not going to be open, but it's very soon they're going to be back open again. They've done a bunch of work on them. We're probably going to stop by there and we'll kind of show you what they're doing. And I think they always invite people to kind of stop out there and see the fish and all that kind of neat stuff out there.
I think last year they had the bar open, but I don't think this year they're going to have anything open.
So we talked to her the other day. She was actually on our live that we did the other day, New Year's Eve. And so we'll stop out there before and see what she wants to do, if she wants to film stuff. But they've done a bunch of work out there. So they're getting ready. What they're going to do is their sons are going to take it over. Her, with all her mixing and stuff, her wrists are kind of messed up. And she just doesn't.
So they're going to be using all of her recipes. She's going to be supervising, but she's not going to be cooking it all. Probably.
Italian mama, she'd be cooking. And so that'll come back soon.
She needs to get her one of them things that just stir by itself.
Get him a monkey in training.
Make pasta.
Turn that monkey. Turn it.
He won't give me a dog, but he'll buy a monkey.
Watch out, somebody will be sending you a monkey in the mail.
No. Don't want a monkey.
Hey, dude, help her.
Hockey 87 says, hi, Bob and Tam. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Hockey.
Glad that you're stopping in this afternoon and or evening, depending on where you're at. I guess it's still afternoon most places.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 4 and.
We're all the way on. Even though we're in Las Vegas, we're actually in Pacific time, which is stupid. I don't know why Nevada is not in Mountain time. It screws us up a lot because we're close to the border. hard to keep track.
Well,
Now
yeah, if we want to go get breakfast, like, or lunch, like, let's say we want to
in and
go
out.
in and outs across the river. So we think, okay, it's 11:30. We can go around over there and get lunch. No, you get over there at 10:30.
I think they open at 10. I think it's before that. If we want to get over there about 11 and eat, it'd be 10. So took it in and out. And we ate there often as I can. I like my in and outs. It's always fresh. It's always hot. It's always good. Service is great there. This one, we did have bad service at one.
Yeah, that's in Barstow, the largest one, in and out. Girl was just kind of not nice to me.
Yeah.
Well, I said I wanted one order of fries. So when she read back the order, she said a well done fry, and because he doesn't like his fries well done. I said, no, no, no. I said one order of fries. She's like, that's not what you said. Okay, but I only want one order of fries, and I want them
had that
regular.
trouble in and out. Like
Usually they're like, oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, it's like Chick-fil-A. Very good place. This is still one place you can go in and we can eat for less than $20, both of us together, total price. And heck, we went to McDonald's the other day. It was over $20 for some lousy food from McDonald's.
And I used my app and got like a free burger. So
Still was like $22.
yeah.
It's like insane for 2 cheeseburgers and a small bag of fries and a drink. And she got water, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you got your sandwich free. You got fries, $22. And Arby's was like that too. It was $25 for both of us. Eated Arby's.
We got a coupon in our Arby's. It's $2.99 for $9.99.
Yeah.
You get 2 sandwiches,
Still got
2
one
drinks,
coupon left. They're not giving coupons away no more.
and 2 drinks. There's Danny. He says pating.
Ting the nation. I gotta go back into doing that again. Maybe get more
Yep.
people to start watching. I
Maybe.
keep getting all these people keep subscribing to our channel, but we're not
Which is
getting many
good.
views, which I'm not.
Casey got another touchdown.
Um,
27-10 Packers. Oh,
It's
Cowboys
33 to 10.
Oh, they must have just
Not a good thing. Looks like the Dolphins are
the Dolphins.
Dolphins
The-
did lose,
Yeah.
and the Dallas ain't going to make it this year.
No.
And I think it still happens. Still early. We're still in the third quarter. So,
Well,
see, you
that's
might as well
right.
just watch us. Just turn the TV off because the game's probably over already.
Oh, you know, it's not too much
34
longer, are
to
you?
10. No, probably not too much longer. But it is what it is.
Get a frozen Coke. Maybe that'll help my head. I don't know. Won't help my stomach, but it'll help my headache. Yep, 34-10 Packers.
So it is what it is.
Did they say the Packers like they say the
No.
Bears? The Bears.
So I'll probably piss a lot of people off, but we actually were talking to a guy last night that does a lot of gambling, and he kind of said the same thing I said, that I think a lot of this professional sports now, there's so much money into all this now. I think it's all fixed. I think as the year, and it's kind of what he was saying too, when you start putting all these numbers, because he kind of this guy makes a lot of money. He made just the other day, he's $13,000 into the casino for winning and for this year. And well, you look at it, and then our son-in-laws,
Kevin.
they always say the same thing. Oh, that's not fixed. And that's not. Yeah, but we just watched that game the other day, and you said that guy, there's no way he should have not caught that ball. There you go. Maybe he wasn't supposed to catch it.
There's Jeff. Jeff's on.
So a lot of the stuff, I don't know, is there somebody that knows this?
My buddy Jeff.
No, this guy isn't going to.
Oh.
Hard to find.
Were you, oh,
No. Well, come on over here.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I didn't see you yesterday, it's not today.
oh,
And then you live not today, so I was there. They
Then-
got the waves.
What? So do you live here?
Yeah.
What do you
West.
What do you ride?
2019 Ultra Limited.
Tell everybody your first name.
Ken.
And are you from Vegas now?
No, I'm originally from Southern California, Long Beach, California.
Okay.
okay.
And you now live here?
Yeah, I've been here 18 years or so.
There you go.
So you're retired?
Sticker.
Yes.
There
Just
you go.
retired last May.
There you go. Nothing
Going to
wrong.
Hawaii tomorrow night.
I get
Oh.
you're
Gonna rent a Harley in Oahu.
Are they really?
Yeah. Me and my wife. It's her birthday. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna ride around.
What you should do is try to get a hold of the hog group. If you can get a hold of the hog group there, somebody will take you out on ride.
They'll take you
Yeah.
around.
One of our friends.
I've been pretty. I've been online.
Oh, have you?
I got it
Already got your route ready to
Yeah,
go.
I'm going to North Shore. I've been wanting
Okay.
to go there since I was a little kid.
Pretty neat.
That's
Pretty
cool.
neat.
Yeah.
You guys going to any of the other rallies, churches, or
Yeah, Sturgis this year. Yeah.
are you? Where are you gonna stay?
Don't know yet.
Don't know yet. We're at Kathmandu.
We're
What you
probably
planning
gonna
to-
get a motorhome.
Okay.
Rent a motorhome and then go to the bike.
Okay.
My wife's not gonna ride off.
Yeah, it sometimes gets tough. She used to do it.
Gets a little old.
Anyway,
So now you're famous. You're on YouTube.
I'm famous.
There
you
You
go.
rewind and find me.
There
you
you
go.
go. And you'll be able to find
All right,
it.
well, thank you very much.
All right.
You're
Thanks for
welcome.
stopping
Nice
by.
to meet
Pleasure to
you.
meet you.
And thanks for watching.
All right, take care.
All righty.
There you go. That guy drove all over Las Vegas to find us today.
I mean, we didn't even say that.
Nobody watched the video the other day at Hard
I
Rock.
know.
So I think he thought we were there because he pulled it up.
Mm.
And
Oh,
he didn't
so he
realize.
went
So when he
there.
got to there, he's like, where are they at? And they're like, they were here yesterday. And so he pulled it up and he seen, oh, we're here. So he went on the Waves and said, where are they at? Where's this at? Maybe he asked, where's Bob and Tam at? They came up on Waves. So that's really
did?
special. No, he said he came by Waves. I don't know how he
Oh.
found it.
No.
And maybe we're famous. Waves knows who we are. Or he might have just typed in the store and I don't know. I don't know how he did it.
Hi there. You
And
guys
so
take
you
care.
just never know. Because people always ask us that. How noticeable are you to people? And it's just like here. Here we're in a grocery store in Las Vegas, and
There you
somebody
go,
walked up.
Kevin.
Now he kind of cheated because he could find us on the live. But I mean, we've been in restaurants and people have walked up to us. We've been in grocery stores. People have walked up to us.
All right, Hardware, somebody came up to us.
yeah.
Our Home Depot, somebody came up to us. So.
And so it's we don't mind that. It's just like him. He kind of stood there and he was like, I'm like, come on over here. And we're not, you're not ruining anything. If
No.
we were trying to shoot a video, like if we're talking, that's a different story. But
If we were here to interview somebody and we were doing the interview,
Yeah.
because one poor guy did that down in Myrtle Beach. He
We were
was that's when he
filming
was
that-
getting his digital gauges done.
And the guy kept wanting to come back, and I just said,
And then when we got done, we ran around and looked and never could find him. So he
I felt
probably,
bad.
I know.
And she should have went over and talked to him, gave him a sticker, and took a picture.
Well,
Well,
I didn't see him.
everybody wants to take a picture with her usually anyway. So, but that's kind of neat. And but yeah, we love to
Jeff
meet
said
people.
he'd spot us a mile away.
We love meeting people, and that's part of the fun of this. Because if I didn't have the people, that's why in this time it really gets tough for me to keep doing this. But you can see I haven't really been putting a lot of videos out this last couple of weeks, and it's because I don't get the drive as much as I do during rally time. Because during rally time, people come up, especially Sturgis and Daytona now is that way. Oh man, we watching you. Oh, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. It's like Rowan. Rowan's going to come from
Sturgis.
Australia, come to Sturgis in 2025, and he's been watching our channel. And so that's just like the guy we met from Ukraine a couple years ago, Iraq or Ukraine, wherever he's from. I don't remember where he's from now. And but I'm like, oh, what brought you to the country? And he said, you guys. And I'm like, no. He said, no, I watched you a year ago and you talked about Sturgis and how much fun it is. And I did that. I'm here because of you. And I'm like, wow, you came all the way across the world because I recommended it. And that's what really gives me the drive. Because once the rallies start and I start hearing that, it really keeps me going. Now, Sturgis, after Daytona, we have a little bit of trouble because things quiet down. I don't have a lot of content to put out.
We do some like highlight videos of Daytona, but we
I don't
can
have-
start promoting Leesburg and Panama City and
So then I got to bring all my hard drives with me because then I have to have those videos to be able to put footage on there to talk about, Leesburg or Panama City or whatever else we're doing this year, Myrtle Beach. But we're looking to have a great rally this year, rallies this year. Like I say, we're probably going to do Bikes, Booze, and Barbecue. Good odds are we're probably going to do Ocean City again. That's probably happening. I really want to do Rocky Point. A lot depends on her cousin. Last year we couldn't have gone anyway because her cousin called up and said, I'm not going to be at my house.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of what we do this is the way we can keep our overhead the lowest, we can continue to do this. And pretty much every rally we're doing now, we're either comped by a vendor,
it's your story 6.
a promoted place, or one of our subscribers puts us up, or whatever happens, we get sponsored by somebody. Now, Myrtle Beach is that way. Actually, he was just on here. He sponsored us. He paid for the whole trip already. It's already paid for. The whole campground. We're there the whole 2 weeks or 14 days, whatever we are there. We're there for quite a while.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do a big bang this year. And if he wants to advertise his business, he actually builds firewalls for buildings and businesses. I think I'm right.
Yeah.
If he's still on.
It was nice meeting you, CC. I remember you were from
Yep.
Canada.
Was she?
He.
Oh, I thought that. What's that one girl we met down in Leesburg that year that at the table and told us to sit there?
6. He
Oh,
was just on.
Okay, I thought you said her name. That's what I was thinking of.
6.
All right.
She
Is
said
she going to
every
Leesburg this
rally
year?
we go to, yeah. She said people come up to us and they say they remember us.
Oh,
So
from her being
from
on
that
too.
place, well, no, she said I guess we're pretty memorable couple, and they are, and they
Well, there's a lot of great people, just like Neil. Everybody loves to meet Neil.
your world
And
renowned.
so we put Neil on a lot. When we were in Sturgis was it last year? Yeah,
Yeah,
before
he was on a lot of lives
and
with us.
so he'll come on the lives and stuff, and people are like, Neil's there.
There's
Let's see
Neil.
who
Let
Neil
me
is.
see Neil.
And so they always see him here. Same thing, a lot of people, Ryder X is coming this year to Sturgis, so he's going to definitely, he loves to be on our lives when we're on. And so a lot of people say, I want to see who, because you picture these people in your
I was gonna
head,
say, yes, you were.
and you're thinking, who are these people? See, the bad news is I used to work for this utility company in California. We had all these dispatch girls, and you picture them in your head like, oh, wow, and then you get there and it's like, holy crap, this girl weighs 400 pounds and she can hardly get out of her chair. Not the voice I was picturing with that. So it's the same thing it's kind of like us. We've met some very unique people here, and some are a little different. We met with all the tattoos all over his body.
Oh, Bender.
Bender. He doesn't come on as much anymore. But he's he's got tattoos from his top of his head to his toenails. And everywhere
his eyelids. His eyelids have his eyes on it.
And
so
when I first seen him, I was like, okay.
That wasn't what we were
expecting. It wasn't shocked, but I mean, it wasn't what I was thinking. I actually thought he was older than he was, and he wasn't. And then, so he actually came behind her and covered her eyes, and I was actually afraid she would really freak out. And she really didn't.
I know. I said, who are you? And he's like, Bender. And I'm like, oh, and I hugged him and everything.
And
I was
so,
like,
but I mean, you picture people in your head, and you think, and I'm not really disappointed. But I mean, some of the people I've met, their wives, and I was actually thinking their wives were, I don't know, I was just expecting something a lot better. Not saying there was anything wrong with their wives. I was expecting maybe a 10, and they were probably an 8. And nothing wrong with that. But it's just, when you meet people, you're not, you're reading them on here, you're reading their comments, you're not seeing them. Now, Ryder X has been on when we were in Myrtle Beach 2 years ago. Yeah. He came on.
Oh, he filled in for Bob.
Maybe that was last year.
No, it was 2 years ago. It was at Twin Peaks. That's the year he gave me the gummy, I think.
I was thinking we were at that front table. Did we only do that front table that one time?
No, we did it twice.
And we'll be doing videos from there again.
Because he wasn't there because the second time we came, that's when Joey and all them came.
Oh.
And then that Sound D's or whatever came to, or Sound Z. Anyway. Neil's like, Cece, I wasn't there. And he's like, oh, yeah, I was. I was like, yes, you were. We were all standing there talking in front of Rick Rack, I think. I got some people that watch you guys, and they came from Germany and Denmark. There you go.
Which is cool. To meet people that you're talking to from all over the world, that is just
I would think shocking. That would hurt. Tattoos on your face.
I would think any tattoo is going to hurt to start with. But they always say when it's closer to like your bones is where it hurts the worst at. But I mean, when you see people that have it like on their calves and stuff, and so like I said, we've never got a tattoo. I thought about it. I was going to get a Harley emblem a couple years ago. I came out to Vegas with Art and a couple people, and I was thinking about getting one. But I wanted it, but I also wanted it to say Harley Davidson. And they said, well, you got to have a pretty big one. And I'm like,
otherwise you wouldn't be able to really see.
So it's still going to cost me about $700 to have it done. And I said, well, how long will it take? And he said about 4 hours. And I'm like, no, there's no way I'm going to be able to sit there.
Can you imagine him sitting still?
Because nowadays you can't even. Most states have a law that you can't be drunk. If they smell alcohol or something on you, it's against the law for them to give you a tattoo. Because you're not in your right mind. So
under the influence.
So probably never get a tattoo. But
I wanted one when we were younger, and he forbid it. No. And we went out. I guess on our 30th birthday, we went down to Lake of the Ozarks, and I was going to get one. I was just going to get a sticker and tell him I got one. I didn't do that either. But anyway, so now we're older, and he's like, "Why don't you get a tattoo?" And I'm like, "I'm over it now. I don't want one. I'm done. That has come and gone." Get one down there. I've seen some crazy places people have tattoos in the field I was in. So yeah. So
she treated people for cancer, so she's seen people from totally naked from head to toe. So she's seen all different things, and that's why when guys always want to say when we went to Sturgis or not Sturgis, but New Orleans, saying, "Oh, you want me to drop my drawers?" And she's like, "No, I've seen them all." She's not like that. She's one of them people that, which is funny that most women don't want to see a guy's junk. That's not where a guy thinks that's what they want to see. And so it's interesting.
The one-eyed monster.
So
Now you don't have nothing to say. You embarrassed yourself.
no, I don't get embarrassed very easily. Not at all. So not a whole lot going on. I missed out on a bike I was going to bid on the other day, and not very happy that I missed out on it. But it might have went for more than I was going to spend.
Yeah.
Sometimes things just don't go for a reason, and I still would have liked to see what it went for. So we're kind of going to look at some of the bikes when we get there. I'm not going to sign up yet for the Meekum auction until I get there to look around and see what's there. Because I might be getting one from we might be getting a Harley Davidson sign. And we'll know in the next month or so if that's going to happen. And it might cost me to have it transported here.
We'll have to call him once a week just to keep us fresh in his mind.
But I mean, a lot of dealerships are doing that now, and I should keep the word out. I don't really talk to a lot of our great dealerships that we have, because we have a lot of dealerships that we highly recommend. Because what we look at is, I talked about the other day at Red Rock. I always look at, when I go to a dealership, just like we're sitting at Red Rock, I sit there and I'm watching. I listen to people. I listen to salesmen. I see how they talk to people. The ones that we don't recommend, which you have to, that's what I tell people. If you're looking interested in buying a bike and you feel funny about dealership, contact us. You can email us. You can, if you get our phone number, you can contact us, and we'll tell you. First of all, if somebody walks in the door, and this is buying a car or buying anything, and if they ask you what you can afford as a payment, that's the moment you want to turn around and walk out the door, because they're not interested in anything but your money. So that's the number one cause when you first walk into a dealership. If there's somebody standing at the door and they're like, "What are you looking for?" "Oh, I'm kind of thinking about a bike or something." "Oh, well, did you pay a month?" Bye. The last thing I always tell people, which we're working on here, we're going to find out. We may be getting one of our Red Rocks. Going to see if they're going to do it with us next week. Do a video on what you should look for when you go to a dealership. And
a good dealership.
Yeah, a good dealership. What kind of things are you looking for? You don't want anybody to be pushy, but you want somebody there that can answer your questions for you. It's kind of like when I always tell people, same thing with you buying an RV. You want to go buy an RV, you want to buy a boat or whatever, things like that. Once you sit down with a salesman and things start getting really good, like you're ready to buy, go, "Oh, show me a picture of your family in front of your motorhome or your camper.
Or your boat.
What?
Or your motorcycle.
What? Yeah. Don't you have any on your phone?" Odds are they don't even own one. You can't do it at a car dealership because everybody owns a car. Not necessarily, they might be a BMW dealer and not own a BMW, but it still knows enough about cars to sell them. So you really want somebody, I see it especially in RV business. There is probably 99.9% of the salesmen out there do not own an RV and never owned one. They're just there to sell them. Motorcycles, I'd say about 50% would be my guess that don't own a motorcycle, and they might be working on getting a bike because they just got a job at the dealership, but they don't own a bike. Well, do you want somebody that necessarily knows all that? I want somebody that if I'm there, I need to ask a question. I want to be able to get a right answer than them trying to give you a line of crap. Because if you don't know, you're asking for something.
Especially an RV. It's like, "Oh, well, does it have this or can it do this?" "Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can my Volkswagen Bug out here, can it pull a $50,000 or 50,000-pound trailer?" "Oh, yeah, we'll put a hitch on it."
Yeah, sure. No, I don't know
That's
why
the number one problem that people do when they buy an RV is 99% of the time your vehicle cannot pull the trailer that you have. I can't take that little Ranger out there, that 4-cylinder, and pull our trailer. It probably could, but once we start hitting some hills and stuff, it's going to have a lot of trouble. We'll probably burn the transmission up. Yeah, it can do it, but it's not recommended to pull that much. I think it's only got a 5,000-pound rating that it can pull, which I don't know if I want to pull that one.
It probably pull Dave's Crazy Trailers. He's on. He said,
Yep.
"Sorry, just came in late."
There you go.
Kevin O'Connor
They got
said,
another score. It's 34-16.
Kevin O'Connor, yeah, that's what he said. 35-16, maybe 17. Kevin O'Connor said he booked the site right near us in
They ran it in for the 2 extra points.
Oh, there you go. 18.
Yep.
34-18.
It's getting there. Working on it.
At least they're not folding up and backing it up already. 18. There you go.
So a lot of vague stuff. So we're gonna give out a lot of great information. You can always
No, they
contact.
drew a flag. That's what I hate too. I don't know what game we were watching at their house, at our daughter's house.
Oh, he
Three-
bumped into the guy. I think it's going to be against Green Bay.
Three
But-
times. Because it was a real close game that the other team that was losing ran a touchdown, threw a flag, came back, got a touchdown, threw a flag, and did it again. And I don't know, did they ever end up getting that?
Yeah.
But I mean, three
See, what
times
it
really?
ended up being it was against Green Bay, but they'll take the 2 points instead.
Hmm.
So they waived the penalty because the guy bumped into him when he was trying to come through.
These
So-
little soccer kids are not very nice either. You see that one that was playing? He was number 19, boy. He was like, he's like this.
What?
And I mean, I know they can, but it's like, geez, I don't know. Our kids don't play that aggressive. They play good, but they're not super aggressive. Like these other kids were.
Well, they brought this big giant kid in, and he was playing against Hudson, our grandson. And so Hudson probably weighs 70 pounds, maybe, if he weighs that much.
If he weighs 50, he's like.
And this kid
skinny,
probably
skinny.
weighs 150, 175 pounds.
Oh.
Big kid. He was big. And
He was at least a head taller than him.
but see, that's the advantage when you're smaller. What you got to remember is you're going to be faster than a big guy.
Well, they say I haven't seen him, but they say he's ripped because 2 weeks ago, when they were off school for Christmas break, they sent him to a conditioning camp. And my daughter said, I didn't really notice it until the other day. He took off his shirt and was running around the house. She's like, he's 7 and he's skinny as a rail. Got a 6-pack. She's like, he's just ripped. And it's like, well, he's got no meat on his bones. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know how.
Oh, yeah.
What game are you watching? The Packers and who missed? Did they not?
I guess they decided to kick it instead. It hit the goalpost. They didn't get it.
So they didn't get the 2 points?
No, they didn't give him the 2 points. They ended up going after the one point.
That's stupid. I thought they were going to give him the 2 points.
I thought so too.
We're watching Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not laugh out loud. I don't know what we were laughing about. Defense pass interference. There's Marcus. Hello from Camp Easy Ride.
There you
There we go. He's on. We're going to talk to him too about doing some stuff with him. He's going to be at Crazy Horse in Daytona. And then in Leesburg, he'll be at Windy Acres. And then he's always at Sturgis. He's got some big stuff coming up at Sturgis. I don't know if he can talk about it yet. 34-16, he hit the post. That was stupid. Dallas. You're laughing at Dallas.
Yeah. But, it's always a game.
We'll see. So who will it be? This is the wild card game, so I don't know who else is playing. I mean, we still got, it's funny because when our daughter was younger, her birthday is January 29th, and Super Bowl was it was her birthday weekend, which I always felt bad for her. And then it ended up, I think 9/11 happened, so then it pushed it to the following weekend, which is my dad's birthday, which was February 2nd, around that weekend. Now it's the weekend after that, so I don't know how it got pushed back again. So now it's like the middle of February now, where it used to be the end of January. I don't know.
Oh, no. So usually the odds are we'll be on the road when Super Bowl happens this year. That's probably, and she said last year, where did you think we were at?
We were at that place in Texas that Larry told us to go to.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were not too far from Fort Stockton. We stopped before Fort Stockton. That's where that place was at. I remember when Dallas was an American team.
Yep.
You know that. I don't know.
AFC, NFL,
NFL, AFC.
National, and American.
Funny. Packers never used to beat the Cowboys. Dallas.
Well,
in
actually,
their
when you
playoffs.
look at their statistics, the Cowboys should be whooping their butts. But I mean, we don't follow the football game, so I don't know if Dallas is 100%. If all their players are out there, they're all doing excellent. I don't know.
Well, the game he was talking about where the kids and the grandkids went down to see Ohio State and Mizzou play, they were all from Ohio. My son-in-law, yeah. So that's who they were rooting for, Ohio State, and they ended up losing. And then I said, well, that's crazy because they were predicted to win, but since it was the last game of the season, because it was a bowl game, so many of them got picked to go to National League football leagues. they wouldn't play in this game on the chance of getting hurt and wrecking their odds going to the playoff, the big.
Well, they were all mad about Georgia State because Georgia forever they were undefeated until
3 years, have
lo-
never lost
one
a game in
and then
3
they didn't
years.
really get into any of the bowl games.
Yeah.
That's kind of a screwed up deal too. After I hear about how that all works, but once again, we're not big sports people, so we're not going to argue or discuss all that because I don't know
Neil
enough
says-
about it.
He's going to be mowing grass and picking up trash when he gets there, I guess. So don't take much. There you go. Shot themselves in the foot. Yeah, pretty much. There's Tom Sheets. He says, "Good evening, Bob and Tam. Hope all is well. We're in
We're here.
Vegas waiting for the second soccer game for our grandson.
Yep, we'll be at 5. It's almost 4 now. Ooh, I got to think about it.
So we better go. Because it takes a half an hour to find a parking spot.
Me,
What'd you do?
I don't know. Just really hurt all of a sudden.
Wrapping it up?
Now I'm looking to see what the temperature is. Cooling down. That still says 58.
Well, in the sun, it's not bad. It's when the sun goes down. Well, the game's supposed to be at 5, I guess.
Yeah, but nothing here starting on time. I hate that. You go someplace, the game's supposed to start at 5 o'clock, especially these kids' games, and it's like 20 or 30 minutes late, and it's finally getting started. And then these stupid kids, not the kids, but the coaches, if you're the visitor team, you can wear whatever color you want, and the home team has to change their outfit. So here they're all on the team, and both days have done this. First day they had their black outfits.
Everybody
on.
had black on it.
So
Both teams.
they're all standing out in the field together, and finally, the referee has to come out and say, "You guys have to change or the home." So they all go off the field, change. That fiddles around. Today did the same thing. They were all in white.
Right.
So they stood there,
Hi,
and then they
Ron.
went over there, and the referee keeps blowing the whistle.
Like it's
and-
time to start.
Yeah, and they're all in their little huddle. And I said, that's my daughter because she's more into soccer. He said, actually, the referee could call at any moment, and they could start the game.
Yeah,
They
so our
scored.
kids would have had the ball and they could have just went down and kicked the goal because their goalie wasn't there and there was nobody on the field.
Yeah.
But I guess they didn't do that, which they would have. They ended up winning that game anyway. And they're supposed to win this next game coming up too. I don't know.
Oh, what? We got another touchdown. Green Bay. Looks like the game's over. Might as well
40.
turn the TV off.
Well, you're getting off now. It doesn't matter.
I'm telling them they should turn the TV off.
No. And then who are they going to watch if we leave too?
Go back and watch
Well,
some
as
old movies.
long as they're rooting for the Green Bay Packers, it doesn't matter. So Ron said he's got to go. He said, talk to you soon.
And so we got to get back tomorrow. I probably won't do any real work tomorrow unless I do one of my videos. I've got a couple of videos that we can probably do at home in front of the green screen, and might put those together and have something out. I don't normally like to put it out on Monday night. I'd like to give you a day's notice that it's coming out, so that way you guys know. Most time we put it out at 4 o'clock Mountain Time, 4 or 5 Mountain Time, depending on where you're at, 7 or 8 on the East Coast. So that's kind of when you can look at it. I need to start kind of putting out some videos so YouTube will start recommending us again. Because when you're not consistent, they don't recommend you, and what a pain in the butt it is. So you start getting going again, and maybe when we start doing the traveling, when we go to, maybe we'll show a day of each day. I'll show you what we did, short videos.
Safe travels to you and the Beting Nation. Sounds good. Thanks, Dave. That's the tone of Dave. We'll see you soon. Couple weeks, probably.
So we got all next week. We'll be home, finishing up the shop. We're going to try to do the tile in the bathroom, try to get a few videos out, and
Then make them
then we come
option.
back. So Saturday and Sunday, because Saturday we don't know. We've actually got contacted by a company down in Quartzside, an RV company that wanted us to do some videos for them. They may not be happy with what I wanted to charge them. But they wanted a live video. They wanted the video that they wanted
Put on their website.
plus a video that we do during that day. So I got to do 3 things, and plus we got to
Plus drive down there,
Yeah,
and it's
so-
like a 2.5-hour drive there and then back.
Yeah.
We're not gonna stay all night.
So I don't know what they were thinking we were going to do it for, but they didn't jump on it yet.
My
So
bell works
if
now.
I don't hear from them by
Go
Monday,
ahead, Jeff.
we won't be doing that. Mike, it's not on here tonight. And Patsy, they're supposed to come out on Sunday. They'll probably be out here for our live next Sunday. We'll probably do a live on next Sunday. And then he's got a deal he wants to offer to the Buffalo Chip. We're not offering any deal. He is something that
Something he thought of, and
it's a good
he's
idea.
made a lot of contacts and got it all going on that end. The chip just has to agree to it now.
So we'll see what happens with that, if that's going to work out or not. Then we'll come to Mecum on Tuesday. We come out here to Vegas. We'll get all set up for Mecum, and then we'll be doing videos every day from Mecum. We may end up just doing lives every day, and I don't know if I'll edit every night or not. But I mean, we're also going to go over for the January 24th. We're going to be at Red Rock to show you the previews of the bikes. We'll have some of the salespeople and the mechanics there talking about the bikes, good, bad, and uglies. And so that'll be kind of neat too. So we'll have a lot of stuff going on that last weekend. And then we'll have some more stuff at Mecum after the auction too. I'll probably have some more videos that I'll be able to put out for you guys to check out. If you're coming to Mecum, let us know. We'll try to set up some time to meet with you, talk to you. We're going to be hanging out there pretty much most of the time, other than a couple times running over to Red Rock. We are not staying.
Be closer to Red Rock.
Yeah, we're not staying at South Coast Casino. We actually have a timeshare that we can, once again, a place we can stay for free that we already paid for, that we're going to be staying at. So it's a little bit of it's down Tropicana, Flamingo? Down Flamingo.
We're on Tropicana now. We'll be on Flamingo then.
And so that's all working out. So it'll be pretty exciting. We'll show you all that stuff. We'll talk about some exciting bikes they have. Show you some of the stuff that we're thinking about getting if we're gonna bid there. So that'll be kind of exciting. Then we'll say, like I said, we got a bunch of videos coming out for talking about Daytona, Leesburg, and on Sturgis. Just general stuff that's happening in Sturgis. We got some breaking news.
Sturgis.
I should have put out last week, but it's gonna have to wait till Monday or Tuesday to put that out. So see how that all goes.
February 4th, Daytona 500, the next weekend. Didn't sleep very loud last night. The place where we're staying's got paper thin walls.
It wasn't until this morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning, people started talking next door.
And putting stuff in and out of the microwave. It's like, how many things are you gonna cook in there? Plate goes in, you hear clank, 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 clank. Shut the door.
We need to get up about midnight and start turning the TV up real loud and talking and everything too. Wake their asses up tonight. I mean, there's no reason to get up that early.
I don't know. All right. You done?
All right, I guess.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today. Hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. And if you're off tomorrow, that's cool. Hope you do something fun. Go Packers, go Cowboys, whoever you're rooting for. And the Steelers tomorrow night. So whoever they're playing, I don't even remember who they're playing. But anyway, stay warm wherever you're at. Stay safe. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. And we'll see you on the next video.
And we got a lot of memberships and stuff you guys can check out down below. If you want to check out, I haven't been putting on all the lives, all the other things you can join. But the memberships that we give you an extra video, we should probably do one of those tomorrow before we leave. I was going to do something down on the strip or something too, walk around, but we didn't do nothing last night. And
we were on the strip for a minute there.
But we didn't really film.
Steelers versus the Bills.
There you go.
There you go. Well, they're both in cold areas, so I don't know. We'll see. All righty. 1 minute, 3 seconds, and third still. So there's still hope. Bye.